How do you do? My name is Ricaardoe Di Done. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Children Now. Children Now is a non-profit organization with its prime interest the well-being of family, but especially our children. In the late spring of 2018, we had the privilege of playing host to some of the best minds in the field of family law and mediation. We held an international symposium entitled Working with Families in Transition in the 21st Century. What a pleasure and what a richness it was to have all these specialists at our symposium. We seized the opportunity to have some more informal talk with Sue Bronson and Linda Fieldstone, both very active in family mediation, but especially interested in something I have so much at heart: the role of the elders in families.
My name is Sue Bronson, and I care about families from infants through old age.
My name is Linda Fieldstone, and our interest is conflict resolution for families of all ages.
Why should children see their grandparents?
First, the parent role. So the parents have primary responsibility for those children, but because of the tension between the parents, they may split. And then the grandparents have a role in either pulling them back together or increasing that split. So if the grandparents can see the child and see the importance of the parents working together, maybe not living together, but working together for that child, then the grandparents' role is to bring in the importance of that longevity of the family, to bring in the importance of working together. So I think they have a very important role in helping their child to continue to parent their child.
No matter how old they get, no matter how old their children get, their children will always be their babies, right? So the first role is to support their children and to still model the kind of behavior that would help their children be the best role models for the grandchildren.
How do grandchildren benefit from seeing their grandparents?
I'm going to use the analogy of a gate, that a gate can be open to access, whether it's access to information, access financially if the parents aren't together, and access to affection. If the gate is open both ways between the parents and the grandparents, then they can all be there to support the children, which is really important. If the gate is closing because of things that are said or done by either the parents, either one of the parents, to either set of grandparents, and when that gate closes, the social capital for the children closes as well. They don't get the richness that might have been available by the next generation.
What are the main reasons for this loss?
Anger and resentment, aligning with one parent over the other parent, which is natural. If it's your child, you want to stick up for your child. But once you begin to do that, you're closing the gate.
And the grandparents may be the ones with the mental health issue. They may be the ones that have taught poor communication skills. So I love it when grandparents are the support, the roots, the role model for what we want, but sadly sometimes they're not. So I think one piece is, like Linda said, it's so natural to support your child, but I think it's possible to support your child without invalidating the other parent.
Is there a link between eye conflict and health?
The largest Medicare, Medicaid provider in Florida has recognized that high conflict is actually a health issue for elders, for aging persons. That is a major advance, helping people realize that conflict is debilitating for all the generations.
Are there any solutions?
Oh, we're so happy that you asked that question, of course, because we do think we have at least a solution, and that is to use a model that is already known to help parents who are in high conflict with a court-ordered process called parenting coordination, to help open those gates which are closed by personal resentments, long-term disappointments, disillusions that children have as they get older, and form a collaboration together that will last as a legacy for the elder. Because what will give the elder the most pleasure later really is knowing, even if their consciousness is not there as much at the end, but feeling the peace in the family when they leave.
So
And that harmony.
I'll take that. That I had a family that had a spaghetti dinner every Wednesday night, and because of all the conflicts, they all moved off, and the big resolution was another spaghetti dinner. So it's really bringing the family back together.
When it doesn't work, are there legal steps?
Before guardianship, there are steps that you can take to just have the family do some decision making together, have the family talk about what the elder's wishes are before the elder gets so ill that there's contention about whether it was real or forced. Or
So within the court systems, I would say open other doors. There doesn't have to be just one door in, and there may be a way to avoid going through that last adversarial door, or to at least tweak out the non-legal issues. The judge is not really there to decide where grandma's going to live or who's going to help grandma with meals on Tuesdays, but they can get the help they need early on, even if they're in high conflict, if they're in a diversion program that's under the auspices of the court, where they don't have to declare, for instance, the elder incapacitated to begin those conversations together.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
so one wish would be that people get help early, that aging is, speed is critical. I'll let you have a second wish.
So I would say build on the family's strengths. Instead of using the pathology of the family as their motivation, help them understand the wonderful things that they had experienced.
To create the news story. So everybody has a story in their head of what their family is like or how things should be. And if the family could jointly work on creating the news story that would be told through the generations. The news story about this is a family that has strengths and we collaborate.
What is it that we really need?
And I would say we need to encourage people to show pictures of their grandchildren.
Absolutely. Please take some time to view all our conferences and interviews of the 2018 International Symposium. Visit our site, childrennow.ca. Repeat, www.childrennow.ca.